Hello there guys, welcome back for another Modern Warfare Zombies video. Today will be a tips and tricks little video here. I got some tips and tricks that I've learned in the game so far and could help you out. And these are stuff I've picked up from other videos, Reddit, and just had a look around and seeing what you could merge into one video, but also just to help other people out. Starting off in no particular order, these aren't going to be, they're going to be numbered, but 1 is better than 5, 4 is better than 2. These are just going to be like a few key things that I generally do in the game. So starting off with the first thing, I always tend to roam around in the low tier like threat zone and loot and literally just get cash. In this gameplay that you're going to be watching on watching on screen is mainly just going to be entirely in the low threat zone. For most of the game, I'm in the low threat zone for a reason. There are times where I just want to go in and chill and just play a game and not have to, so I go into the low zone just to kind of just, run around, especially on TV. You're probably noticing while using a marksman rifle. I was doing it for a challenge. So, and that's another thing as well, when you're starting off with the game, pick a basic contraband weapon. Don't even start, like, picking, like, your weapon, because if you die, yeah, you have to wait an hour to get a custom weapon back. So, don't even bother with that. So, just jump into the game, kind of, like, get a feel for it, kind of just, like, stay around in the low tier zone. Low tier zone is level 1, and then the medium one is level 2, and then you have the high one, which is level 3. Don't even bother going into the high tier. I think, like, literally, I was like, oh, let's, like, at first I was, like, getting stuff, getting loot, I pack-a-punched on the first tier, but then just when I realized there was higher tier pack-a-punch, so when I got into the 3rd zone and literally tried to kill an abomination, I got my ass handed to me, so yeah. So, general rule of thumb with the first one, just roam around in the 1st tier and just get as much points as possible. Complete, and speaking of contracts, I would say to stay away from because they're just tedious. You can do them if you want to, but contracts stay away from. Anything Merc related. The delivering a, like, shipment of stuff is pretty easy. All you do is go to the location, get the truck, kill the guys inside, drive your truck out, wait for the helicopter to spawn, and then drive back into the garage, and when the helicopter is above you, just blow it up, because it shoots at the garage, but then doesn't realize that the truck is in the garage. I got that from Mr. Waffles, and it does work. Now, guaranteed, they're probably going to patch it at some point, so make do with that as you will. But I think if you're a really good driver in Warzone type, Warzone, DMZ type games, you should be able to outmaneuver the helicopter pretty well, especially if it's the convoy. Is it the convoy one? Or the delivery one is in a tight area with a lot of buildings. You should be fine. And what was it? The weapons cache is a good one you can just do. What else? The spores one is really good. These are ones, and even the bounty one. The bounty one I like doing, even though manglers and mimics are really annoying, and the bounty ones are stronger than a standard mimic or mangler. They're still really fun to do. Now, maybe you've been playing Modern Warfare Zombies for a while, and if you notice these purple orb things floating around, you're probably thinking, do they hurt me? Are they enemies? What do they do? They actually give you money. They give you ether essence when you shoot them. So if you shoot them, they drop ether essence, and it's a great way again to get more money if you find these. These things are floating around everywhere, by the way, even in the low tier area. So you can get these, shoot these things. I think they roughly give you about $1,000 every time you shoot them. I'm sure you can get 100 essence, but in total you get like 1,000, which is, I know, a lot, but that's, it's still money. It's still money. And related back to my first one, in loot everything, make sure you do a buy station so you can sell all this stuff off. Because that's what I do is I get upwards of like 1,000, 2,000, sell it off and get money for it. You can find stuff. Make sure you go for stuff that's worth a bit more money. So like stuff that's like $100 or 80 at minimum, 80, 100, 250, 300, 650. And then in the higher tier zones, you can find stuff going for 1,000, even 2,000. It is a bit absurd how high it goes. Moving on, what was it? So yeah, shooters are all things which are pretty handy, but now moving on to number 3. I touched on this a bit, what was it, just a bit then. Loadout and gear. Like I said, when you're in your menu screen, pick a contraband weapon just to get a feel for it and to do camos for that weapon. And also, don't pick a secondary weapon. Probably thinking, why not pick a secondary weapon? Because if you switch to your secondary, you're gonna have a weapon and you're gonna be running with it, and you're gonna be, as I like to call it, what was it, asthmatic, what was it, running simulator. If you've ever played any, what was it, Battle Royale, ones that, introduce weight, especially via weapons, you're gonna be running for a while and doing stuff very slowly. So I would say actually in your secondary slot to take like at least a really small pistol or even a knife. And speaking of which, you can, with your fist, you can one-hit melee the zombies. So take a combat knife or something. And starting off with like, you know, loadout and gears, make sure you make multiple different versions of a strike team. So say you want to just play a casual game, you don't go in with all your OP items. Just so I have 3. I have one which is like OP stuff, just want to go in and mess around. The second one is like kind of medium grade stuff where I want to do contracts. And then my third one is literally for camos, where I just have a few things in there. So pick carefully what you want to use, and generally pick a weapon that has, you know, a good fire rate, because like I said, don't use max rifles at the start of the game. Bad idea. Also, by the way, here's a little bonus thing. When you're selecting a tactical, make sure you click decoy grenades. Now you're probably thinking, what's decoy grenades gonna do? They're basically monkey bombs, but they don't explode. So what they do is basically when you let them off, they let off gunfire sounds to trick you. It'll attract the zombies to the area when you throw them. So they basically act as a what was it? A monkey bomb, but doesn't explode. And when you get to a ammo cache, stow the ones in your backpack and then get more, and then you have more basically there. Just make sure you don't pick up any different tactical, because it will replace it. So something there to which is great, by the way. Really cool trick. I didn't know it worked. I was throwing them. I was like, I remember I picked them up by accident. I was like, ew, decoy grenades. And I threw one, and it actually distracted the zombies. So that's really great if you want to like open up your map, check where you want to go, because you can't be a sitting duck in this game. You just can't. You could never be a sitting duck in zombies. The only time you can be a sitting duck in zombies is if the round changed. But now there's no rounds. Moving on to number 4, learning and playing the game and adjusting your playstyle. When I first went into this game, I was playing very carefully. Like, I was playing extremely carefully, trying not to mess up, because I forgot it was just standard zombies, but in an open world. Like, that's the weird thing. When you take something you've been playing for a really, really long time in a really different fashion, it's really strange. So, like, you know, taking something which was fast-paced and more closed off in smaller maps to make a one big massive map is going to, especially if you've been playing for a long time, kind of jolt you a little bit. You're like, oh, this is kind of weird. But for new people, it might be fine. They might actually like it a bit more. So, generally, for your first few games, just learn the game. Learn the game, you know, it doesn't matter. And that's why I said take it a contraband item, so if you lose it, it's not the end of the world. Die a few times. Because even I've gone in a few times, I've died in stupid locations, like, wow. And I've been playing Wars of Zombies since, you know, 2010 with the original Black Ops. And, you know, change your playstyle up a little bit as well. If you're more of the, you know, sneaky around kind of type, you can do that in the first low tier, because the zombies are pretty dumb. But especially, here's one thing as well, try at all costs to avoid mercenaries. You could try, but at the moment, apparently there was an update recently that changed the mercenaries. They are meant to not be OP, but they're still pretty OP. So, like, I'll be wearing 3 armor plates, and somehow within 2 shots, they take out all my armor plates, which don't make any sense. So, yeah, just anything mercenary related, either steer clear or play with a squad, because trust me, I drove past a mercenary camp just to go past. I was going somewhere else, and they light the fuck up on my truck. I'm like, whoa, bro, calm down. Also, my graphics card right now is 28 degrees Celsius. That's pretty chilly. It is like 4 degrees outside, and I'm very close. If I was to open my door right now, it would go down even lower. Sorry, I'm getting off track. Also, going back to playstyle, one little tip I learned this actually just messing around. When I went into the medium tier zone, even with a pack-a-punch weapon, it wasn't doing as much damage as I figured it would do. This is what I learned. There was different tiers of pack-a-punch. So, you have pack-a-punch and you have rarity. So, rarity like you would get in Warzone, DMZ, you know, the green, the blue, the purple, and the gold weapon. Those weapons do higher damage, and if you pack-a-punch those weapons, they are amazing. So, if you were to, I don't know, get a contraband weapon, you know, level it, what was that? I wouldn't say level it up to around, what was it, blue, and then save money up, and then basically hightail your ass to the red zone, get a weapon off the wall, or spin the box, you can get them out of the box as well, and hope for a gold tier weapon, and then pack-a-punch that. Actually, I spun the box yesterday, and actually got the ray gun out of the box, which is a gold tier weapon. I just found a loom band on my desk, because I literally made a loom band just now. So, yeah, that's one thing as well. So the rarity of weapon, in this clip, actually, in this playthrough, I actually pack-a-punched both my weapons. So I have a pack-a-punch Holger, which is rarity rare, and I have a pack-a-punched KV inhibitor, I think some marksman rifle, which is just gray, like an uncommon. So yeah, the higher rarity items will perform. Hell, even just a rare assault rifle, non-pack-a-punch, will do a lot better in a tier 2 area. What was it? Than an uncommon weapon in a tier 2 area. Trust me, don't even try to do it. And also, at the end, what was it? At the end of the day, just try and have fun. Literally, within the first match, I was having a lot of fun in this mode. So much fun that when the server is disconnected, because this was a problem about a week ago. Actually, how long has it been since? Oh my god, I lost my mouse. Yeah, the game's been out for a week. Actually, almost 2 weeks. I bought it on the 14th. Even a week ago, on the 14th, I had issues. The server would disconnect. It's still doing it now. It's not doing it as much on PC. The server would disconnect. You would lose your stuff. Like, I had my custom slot got locked out for 2 hours, and I was like, that wasn't even my fault. That was a server issue. Now, apparently, when that happens, it shouldn't do that anymore. If the server basically signs you out of your profile, it shouldn't lose any of your stuff. But then again, that really depends. Overall, that's all I have for today. But stay tuned for some more videos, especially in the multiplayer. I will do videos for both modes. And actually stay tuned, because over the next few days, I'm going to have videos of the campaign. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the campaign in this game. I don't mind it. It's serious, but I don't mind it. Generally, the campaign is something you kind of just play once or twice. Especially nowadays with Call of Duty, because the campaigns are kind of like, hey, has anyone gone back and played the Advanced Warfare campaign? Kind of awkward. And if you know what I mean, yeah. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. If you did like it, make sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for some more little tips and tricks, and just some random ass Call of Duty videos. I'll bring out cool loadouts for stuff. Actually, stay tuned for a multiplayer section when I bring out a good loadout, a good actual, like, proper loadout for the SVA, or the AN-94, because the AN-94, it was underrated in Modern Warfare, and it's underrated right now. Everyone keeps using the ACR, and before you say that's not the name of the weapon, stay tuned for that. I'm going to be bringing you guys a detailed video going over all the weapons in Modern Warfare 2 and all the weapons in Modern Warfare 3, their real-life name counterparts. Because Activision, you can try and not pay for the licensing of the weapons' real names, but there's a thing called Google. Oh, actually, there's a thing called ForgottenWeapons.com with Gun Jesus. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in another video.